something that doesn't work right now. Mike Tyson's abs.
Yeah. So we've been avid critics of the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight that was set to come out in July on Netflix. First boxing event on Netflix. But Mike Tyson, 58-year-old Mike Tyson, yes, I'll repeat that again, 58-year-old Mike Tyson, had to delay it because he was having ulcer flare-ups. Now, if you're not a doctor, ulcer flare-ups basically translate to old man ab pain. Yes, you heard that right. Look up ulcer flare-up, old man ab pain, abdominal pain from Mike Tyson. Because, again, he is how old?
59.
Close enough, 58. How many times have we said this fight made no sense for Jake Paul? Jake Paul is somebody who is trying to legitimize his boxing career. He said his goal is to inevitably be in the Boxing Hall of Fame, and yet he's beating up on Mike Tyson. And so when I heard this news, I'm like, okay, well, this is already a lost fight. I don't know why they're doing this. So I look back at Mike Tyson's career 20 years ago when he fought last, because again, he's
58
years old. The last time he fought was 2005. You want to know who was on the charts in the top 10 the last time Mike Tyson fought anybody in the boxing world? Will Smith.
Will Smith?
Will Smith was charted 6th on the charts back when Big Willie Style was still making music. This was before Hancock and before
Big Willie.
Before I Am Legend and all these other movies that he ended up doing and giving up on his rapping career.
Good
He
choice.
was still in there. 2005 was the last time, June 10th to be exact. And over the last 10 fights of Mike Tyson's career, he was 5-5.
Yeah.
He's beating up on a sub 500 old man who is
58
years old. Now is your opportunity. I say all this to say this. Now is your opportunity, as old man has his ulcer flare-ups translate to old man ab pain. Now is your chance to say, maybe I shouldn't fight Mike Tyson. Maybe I'll let my brother fight him. That is my thoughts.
Yeah, I don't think Mike Tyson should be fighting anyone else besides senior citizens. We saw him have that, I think it was like an exhibition with Roy Jones Jr. here, but Jake Paul does not have anything to gain because guess what? No one wants to see Mike Tyson get beat up. And then also, if he loses, you get beat up by a 58-year-old old man who has ab pain right now and has to be literally wheeled around in a wheelchair right now because he has, what was it, old man flare-up?
Old man flare-up.
Yeah. And then also, no one wants to see Mike Tyson get knocked out and then him wake up speaking Mandarin, talking about Godzilla. Like, no one wants to see the full-on Mike Tyson brain breaking. We want to see Mike Tyson, what's left of his brain, his beautiful mind there. We want to see him be able to continue to go on podcasts, host his own podcast, and we want to be able to continue to see him talk about things like psychedelics. We want to see him talk about mushrooms. We want to hear him talk about life and give us lessons. No one wants to see him get knocked into full-on CTE mic and get up off the mat talking in Mandarin. This is just something we don't want to see, and I think Jake Paul should focus on fighting people his age, fighting people on his experience level. And I get what Jake Paul's initial pitch was when he's like, most boxers' first 20 fights are against garbage opponents and no one knows who they are. I'm actually fighting people who have been in front of crowds, who have experience in the arena, who have star power there. And maybe the UFC is a different sport, but at least they kind of have experience being in front of a crowd, which can really drain someone there. And it's like, okay, I get your initial pitch. And then he starts fighting Anderson Silva, who's also someone who's in his 40s. And now potentially he's pivoting from this to fighting his brother Logan Paul, who's, you know, on steroids because he's in the WWE there. And no one holds that much muscle when they train cardio that much. So Logan and Jake potentially swap out Mike Tyson, and maybe all of this build up for this Netflix event. You already have the tickets, and now it's going to be Jake versus Logan Paul. Or we could have maybe our good friend of the show, Le'Veon Bell, step in there because Le'Veon Bell says Jake Paul can't handle my athleticism. Same thing Nate Robinson said. Good luck, Le'Veon. I know you just got a big boxing win this weekend, and AB was rapping to open up for it, get you hyped up. you both have a whole lot of money. Congratulations. And
Yeah.
I don't know if you could, sell out AT&T Stadium though, which is the problem.
Well, you know who else couldn't handle Le'Veon Bell's athleticism? The Chiefs, the Bucks, the Steelers, all of the teams. Oh, the Ravens. Let's remember he was on the Ravens. All of those teams who are like, oh, his athleticism, maybe too much for us. Maybe we should let him go.
Yeah.
He's too much of a distraction.
Some may say he's still looking for those gaps today.
He's still looking for those gaps today, apparently. Le'Veon Bell, I wish you luck. If anybody else needs a paycheck, I know Adrian Peterson. He always needs a paycheck. I think he played about 325 years in the NFL, so I'm sure he could use a paycheck. Frank Gore, friend of the show, I'm sure he could use a paycheck as well.
Yeah.
You want to beat up on some old athletes? How about we find somebody who's maybe 20 years younger? So maybe Adrian Peterson or Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, I heard Chael Sonnen thrown around there, and Chael Sonnen is probably he was the one who popularized and UFC fighters talking on the mic. He was really good at talking trash, and he brought the wrestler persona to the UFC. And then Conor McGregor took that to the next level. So I think if you throw in someone like Chael Sonnen, even though he has a boxing match scheduled in Brazil with Anderson Silva, but I'm glad this fight with Mike Tyson isn't happening in July, and hopefully Jake Paul can find another fighter. Him and KSI, if it had beef, maybe throw KSI in there. Maybe we have that rematch with Tommy Fury. The problem is you have to find someone who's old enough that Jake Paul can pick on, who's less skilled with them, but you also have to find someone with the personality and star power, because this was an event that they are charging $2 million for VIP tickets for.
That's insane.
It's insane. Who's going to pay for that? Like, anyone who has that much money to spend is not going to be spending it on, oh my God, I want to meet Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Like, no one who's that rich is going to spend that much money.
Now, if we had a time machine and we could go back and he could fight 1994 Mike Tyson, back when he wasn't 58 years old, then maybe then.
Old man ab pain. Yeah.
Yeah, who doesn't have old man ab pain? Maybe then. That would be a hell of a fight. I would pay to see that fight. Maybe not $2 million fight, but I would still pay to. I'd certainly pay to see that fight.
That'd be a fight you pay $50 for the pay-per-view, or it's on Netflix. So you get a Netflix subscription, and then you turn it on the first round. You're like, oh, Jake Paul is dead. Because if he fought Mike Tyson in his prime, Jake Paul would be dead.
Yes, he would be dead.
He would have no chance. And he's like, oh, I fought a 58-year-old. Maybe Floyd Mayweather jumps in this. I know he fought Logan and was, holding him up in that fight.
Yeah. Or maybe, who was that like old painter who had like that one ear he cut off for his girlfriend? I think it was like Van Gogh or some shit. Maybe he turns into Van Gogh because, 90s Mike Tyson really liked the taste of somebody's ear. So maybe that was what it was.
Yeah, I know some people were mentioning, well, after you fight Tyson, are you going to fight Joe Biden after this? So maybe we could see Jake Paul versus Joe Biden.
Yeah, that would be a fight. That would be maybe not on Netflix. Maybe we could just see that, like, I don't know. Maybe that could be at one of the debates. But
yeah, it could be at one of the debates.
That could be pretty cool, I would say.
Yeah, I think, because it'd be funny, like, and if they I'm not saying it'd be funny if Trump went to jail. Maybe he's going to go to jail, maybe not. But like if at the debate, instead of Trump being there, if he's in jail, like, well, we're going to sub in Shane Gillis to just do his Trump impersonation.
I'd be here for that.
So maybe we can find, if someone played Mike Tyson in a movie, they can replace him. Denzel, maybe.
Denzel, he can do just about